Yeah, I was just extremely proud of him. We talked about that actually today in our meeting. I thought it was a good lesson, not only for him, but for our younger guys to understand having an even keel personality throughout the games. I think that's something that, from the quarterback position, no matter if you play the game long enough, you're going to go through a spot of adversity, and how you respond is obviously key to it. And obviously we didn't play our best in the first half and threw 2 interceptions, and but we were able to kind of stick it out, continue to battle, continue to play, and we ended up making some key plays to help us win the game here late in the game.
Even though you probably didn't want it to come in that type of game, were you almost looking for a point this season where Dak wasn't at his best, or something that it's time to see how he responds to a little adversity?
Well, I think it's just natural for that position. I wasn't going to go 13 straight weeks playing absolutely perfect. And it's always a learning lesson, always something to teaching moment, something that we can look back on and try to get corrected each and every week. And that was no different this past week against Auburn. So it was good to get that stuff on film and get it in the live situation and make the necessary corrections, obviously, in a win.
How much have you coached him off the field in the sense of dealing with ESPN and the Dan Patrick Show and all this stuff? And do you say anything to him in that aspect?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, we spend probably more time on that. We're not just football coaches here. It's not just the game of football. And Coach Mullen is dead serious when he says that this program prepares you for life after football. And not very many people at the age of 21 years old get that type of attention on a weekly basis. And so I think he's handled it extremely well. I think he's been really mature about it. He hasn't been naive to it. But at the same time, I think it's an exciting time for, not only him, for everybody involved with our program, involved with the university. So, it's constant education. And fortunate we've had some people in the program between myself and Coach Mullen and other coaches on the staff that have been around players that have had high profiles and have gotten a lot of attention. And so, any knowledge that we can pass along to him, we've done.
What's different with him from when you got here, when spring started, to this point now, midway point of the season?
I just think you just continue to see, him mature every single day. I definitely think he's worked and made himself a better football player. He's made himself a better leader, and he's made himself a better teammate. And no one works as hard as he does at wanting to be great. I think he has all of the intangibles that you look for when evaluating a position, and we're excited to have him on this.
What did you know in particular? Like maybe it's making the right reads, looking off corners, whatever it is that he's maybe needed to work on and has.
Yeah, I think just the overall gamesmanship and general presence of playing the position, I think, has improved. I think he's drastically improved his footwork, which has made him a much more accurate passer. And he's really taken, and what myself and what Coach Mullen has told him, from footwork, and he's worked hard at it. He's really been coachable on getting him to do what we need him to do for us to be successful.
What did you know about Dak before you got here, when you first got interested in this job?
I watched the Egg Bowl. I remember it was like Thanksgiving night. It was Thanksgiving night, and I watched the Egg Bowl, and I saw him come in the fourth quarter. And watching it on TV probably didn't do it enough justice from all the stories and stuff that I hear now. But you could tell at that moment it was a very, very special player, and what he did to come in that game, and everything that he had been through. It was nice to watch him go out there and perform the way he did.
We haven't obviously got a chance to watch Damien the last few weeks, and the 2 freshmen. How are you balancing working with a guy like Dak, who's your horse, and then still developing those younger quarterbacks?
There is nothing greater for our room than what's going on now. It's such a teaching tool, not only for Dak, but for everybody in the room. I think having Dak in our room really lets those guys understand what it's like to be a big-time quarterback in the SEC. And, understand not only, what's expected on the field, but more importantly, what's expected off the field, how you handle yourself each and every day, how you stay humble, how you stay hungry, and continue to try to make yourself a better football player and come with that same work ethic and attitude every day, I think is huge for the development of the younger quarterbacks in our room. So, you know, the thing that we always tell the guys is to follow that, right? Do what Dak does. He's doing it the right way, and, you know, to make you a better player in the long run.
You had some